Fog curled low over the Carpathian hills as twilight settled on the isolated hamlet of Anau. Lanterns flickered behind timber shutters, and the scent of pine mingled with fresh bread from the baker's oven. Young Mara stepped out, her boots crunching on the dew-slick cobbles, chasing a kite that slipped past the ridge like a startled gull. At the ridge, an odd, humming sound rose, low, metallic, as if the earth itself were breathing. The villagers gathered, eyes wide, whispering of old legends, a night when Anau would be called away by the mountains. Elderly Lee, his beard white as winter snow, lifted his hand and pointed toward the sky, where a thin green aurora began to ripple, painting the clouds with an uncanny glow. Without warning, the ground trembled. Stones slipped from the foundations, and houses shuddered. Mara felt the earth yawn beneath her feet, and a sudden vacuum sucked the warmth from the air. In a breathless moment, the entire village lifted, roofs, shutters, the stone well, floating like a wounded deer caught in a gust. The color of the aurora deepened to violet, wrapping Anau in a shivering veil. Then, as quickly as it had risen, the village dropped. It landed in a silent, sunlit valley none of the villagers had ever seen. The fog cleared, and the hills behind them seemed to fade into a smear of watercolor. Mara looked at her neighbors, eyes thick with awe, hands trembling, realizing the mystery was not the disappearance, but where they now stood. Elderly Lee whispered a quiet prayer, his voice cracking against the new horizon. The village would rebuild, stories would change, but the night the world folded a secret away would linger in every whispered wind that brushed the new Anau. The sun set behind distant peaks, painting the sky with promises of tomorrow.